about that much. My name is Eva and I'm so glad that you found us. Today is vlog 19 and I thought I would do a slightly different vlog than what I normally do. I thought I'd do a little chatty one. I've had a few comments come in about the £1.50 challenge, so I thought I would go over what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and what I buy and why I buy what I do, etc. So, if you haven't considered subscribing, please consider, as we're bringing out new content all the time. And don't forget to hit that notification bell, that way you will not miss any videos. Okay, let's jump straight into this vlog. Okay, all my adult life, I've always had a pantry cupboard full of food, and everyone, my friends used to laugh and joke around because it was just in case. That was my saying. You know, I'll grab 2 tins of baked beans this week just in case. I'll grab an extra packet of flour just in case. And they always used to laugh and take the mickey out of me. Just in case, Yvette. What is just in case? Well, when COVID hit, my just in case saw us through. Absolutely no problem. So, I like a stock pantry because with the world the way it is, and it has been the last few years from COVID onwards, I think we've all learned a valuable lesson on we cannot rely on maybe others as much as we thought we could. We cannot rely on our supply chains, and I feel it is really important that no matter who you are, where you are, to have a pantry. It doesn't have to be huge, it doesn't have to be, you know, massive and beautiful. And if you can get a plastic box, let me pull one out and I'll show you. If you can get a plastic box like that, it's not big, it's not huge, it's not fancy. If you can fit it under a bed, under your sofa, under a kitchen trolley, I've got this little trolley. It's not little, it's big. And I've got 2 of them. They both slide underneath. They're not taking up any more space. If you've got space in the bottom of your wardrobe, on top of your wardrobe, on top of a cupboard somewhere, I don't know. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to take up a lot of room. Start small, which is why I bought the £1.50 pantry challenge in. I wanted to show everybody that you didn't have to spend a vast amount of money to have a pantry stocked. I wanted to show you a realistic way and a realistic amount to spend each week where you might not miss it as much, which is where the £1.50 came in. £1.50 is cheaper than a Costa coffee. £1.50 is cheaper than a Starbucks coffee. If you can afford 1 coffee a week, instead of having that coffee, make your coffee here at home and put £1.50 of that money into buying something to stock your pantry. I feel it's important. There are several scenarios that I feel it would benefit people. If, as I said, during COVID, I wasn't having to run out and buy food. I had food here, which was really handy because my husband at the time was a cancer patient, so he was classed as vulnerable. I myself is also classed as vulnerable with my conditions. I want to say my husband's absolutely fine. He's now got the all clear from cancer. It was thyroid and it spread a little to some lymph nodes in his neck. He went through several operations through COVID time. So not only did I have to deal with COVID and being vulnerable myself and my husband vulnerable, he was going through several operations as well during that time. And being a mum with 5 kids at home, I am so glad I had my pantry, because there wasn't an urgent need to run out. I had meals at my fingertips. Also during COVID, I had been looking at pressure canning. I've been watching a lot of American channels. There's some fantastic ones out there. The Needy Homesteader, Sutton's Days. I'm trying to think. Rachel from that 1870s homestead. There are loads out there that teach you how to can and can safely. They don't know, but they held my hand all the way through my canning during COVID, when I actually bit the bullet and I ordered and got imported my pressure canner, my Presto pressure canner, and I don't regret it. It's the best move I have ever done. I have learned a lot watching these channels, going through what we did. I mean, if I didn't have my pantry when my husband was in hospital having his operations and COVID was still rife, and I have 5 kids I was trying to juggle, schoolwork, hospital, going up seeing my husband and ringing him, teaching my kids, being there. To add shopping on top would have been too much. I had no one else around me to actually come and help. My mum was classed as vulnerable, so she couldn't come down and help. I didn't want to risk her catching anything with my husband going in and out of hospital. So it was really hard, but it was also eye-opening and a massive learning curve. So I urge anyone at all, please do yourself a favour and start getting a pantry. It doesn't have to be big, just start with a few tins, because who knows, maybe you break a leg, you can't get to the store, no one around you to go and do your shopping. What are you going to do? If you've got a bit of a pantry, you're going to be able to eat, you're going to be able to feed your family. What happens if illness strikes? Again, you're not going out. To me, it's so important. So important. But as the COVID went on, and I had to start going out occasionally to do my shopping, I was also trying to get my mum's as well, and at the same time I'm trying to make sure that she has more than enough, so if I'm taken ill that she's still got food there that she's not relying on me to run out and get, because I caught COVID several times. Yeah. So I had to make sure that she was stocked at all times. I had to make sure I was stocked at all times. So around about once every 4 to 6 weeks I'd go out and just top up, and that just kept us on an even keel, that I knew I had plenty of food. So when those times did happen with my husband in hospital and operations, I didn't have to go out, I didn't have to go anywhere. I just potted around home, fed my family, and it it just worked out. I'm so glad that my just in case actually worked. And I urge anyone and everyone to please have a go. You don't have to go extravagant. I buy, on this £1.50 challenge, I buy a variety of things. And the best thing I can say to you, if you don't eat beans, don't buy beans. If you don't eat rice, don't buy rice. If you don't eat pasta, don't buy pasta. Don't buy anything that you do not eat. That is a complete waste of money and time. Don't even go there. Look in your cupboards now. Have a look what you eat. From that, you can then start building up just on £1.50. £1.50 will often get you 2 or 3 tins, 2 or 3 packets. And at the end of the day, I like a variety of, I suppose, convenience food as well as ingredients that I can make my own foods with, because I do quite a lot of cooking from scratch. So I like to have something of everything in. No one's judging. If they want to judge, just tell them to go away. You don't have to hear it. No one, just don't deal with it. I'm very one of those people that I will go along my own little sweet way, and if someone wants to judge me, they can crack on. I've got better things to do. Just let them go. I had a comment in passing from someone I know, and said it's all right having all that food, but do you eat it? And I'm like, well, why would you have all this food if you're not going to eat it? Of course I'm eating it. Why wouldn't I? It's no good just putting it there and then not touching it. No, you rotate through it. You have to rotate through it. But it's not just about food either. You could go down the road of toiletries, I suppose. Getting an extra toothpaste in, an extra packet of paracetamol, an extra deodorant, an extra shampoo, an extra bar or 2 of soap. Do it all the way across everything that you could use. With this £1.50 challenge, it's my second run at it this year. I started it last year and I redone it this year for this year, because I think it's important to show people what they can buy for a very small amount. And I'm looking at where I keep looking over here is I have 18 weeks, that's 18 weeks of £1.50 pantry challenge food here, and it's a lot. There is nothing there that we do not eat. We eat all of this. I might doctor some of it up, which is more than likely what I normally do anyway. But let me show you what 18 weeks worth of £1.50 looks like. And there we are, look at that. Okay, I'll take you in for a close-up. So far we have 2 packets of long grain rice. So what is this? What's that? 2 kilos of long grain rice. We eat rice. We have 2 jars of strawberry jam. Yes, I make my own, but just in case, they are in. A mac and cheese sauce, a pasta bake, tomato and herb pasta sauce. There's actually 3 of those. We have some soups. We have 3 chicken soup, 1 broccoli and Stilton, 1 chunky beef and vegetable, we have, looks like 3 tins of carrots. That's 1, 2, 3. We have 1 garden pea. We have mixed vegetables. We have a tin of sweet corn and a tin of potatoes. I'm just going to pop these back there. We have Italian chopped tomatoes. We have red kidney beans. We have another red kidney beans. We have green lentils in water. What you won't see here at the moment is a lot of meat. I will tell you why in a bit. Spaghetti rings and sausages, baked beans, spaghetti hoops, baked beans and pork sausages, and then we've got 2 tins of hot dogs. Are they the greatest to have? No, they're not the healthiest. But you know what? When something goes wrong and you need a quick easy meal, they fill bellies. Custard, rice pudding, there's 2 tins of that. Evaporated milk, tin of apricot halves, pineapple slices, and then we go on to things like stock cubes, beef and chicken. Look at this. I've even got a pack of cream crackers, a packet of plain flour, sage and onion stuffing, chicken and mushroom flavour pasta, a bag of pasta, minestrone cup of soup, shortbread fingers. Hey, they're handy. Are they essential? No. But are they a good treat? Yes. We have a sausage casserole, packet seasoning mix, golden vegetable savoury rice. Whoops. Trying not to send things flying. Got things balanced a bit precariously. I've even got a bag of semolina. Makes a great little pudding, as well as a breakfast if necessary. Microwave long grain rice, convenient. 2 packs of spaghetti and a pack of pudding rice. So as you can see, that is a lot there. And what I will do is I will add week 19's £1.50 pantry challenge, and we are adding in this week a tin of baked beans, tummy rumbling, a tin of chopped tomatoes and tomato juice, and another tin of baked beans and pork sausages. That's the other one there. Isn't that a lot? 19 weeks there. How many meals will that do? That's quite a lot. Right, now let's sit down and have another chat. Wasn't that a lot of food? Just for 19 weeks. Is it the healthiest? No. Is it food from scratch? Some, not all. But the most important thing is, it's going to feed hungry bellies. It's going to save you sat at home worrying, oh my god, I can't get out, I broke my leg. What am I going to do? I've got no food in. You're going to sit back, break my leg, not a problem. I've got a tin of spaghetti rings and sausages that I can just put in the microwave, heat it up, and I can have something to eat. I can fill my belly. But there are things that you can make from scratch from this. You know, you've got your rice, you can flavour your pudding rice, your spaghetti. You can make a quick, easy spaghetti sauce out of the chopped tomatoes. Just add an onion, bit of garlic, some herbs. Quick and easy sauce. I just feel it's necessary for people to start doing this. It has got me out of a pinch more than once. I try to encourage everyone to do. Maybe not as much as I've got. Not everyone's got 5 kids and 2 adults, a family of 7. That takes a lot of food to feed. But you could certainly do a little, even if you're a single person on your own, or whether you're a couple, whether you have 1 kid, 2 kids, you could still do something, put it in a small box, put it in a cupboard, out of the way, and every week just keep adding to it, just on small amounts. What I want to address is, no, there's not a lot of meat there. Meat is more than £1.50, as in tins of meat, in tins of fish, salmon, tuna, corned beef, spam, bacon roll, whatever. They are more than £1.50. So what I do is, later on I will start putting 2 weeks' money together. So I will go, say week 20 and week 21. So on week 20 I'll put that £1.50 to the side until I get to the next week, put it together. I've then got £3, and that £3 then can get me a tin of corned beef and a tin of baked beans or something. If you wanted to get something like a stack of washing powder or something like that behind you, just put several weeks together, put it to one side until you've got enough to go and buy an extra packet. But make sure you've got a variety of food in, because otherwise it gets boring eating the same food over and over and over again. I like a big variety, most of my kids like a big variety. We don't do well with the same food day in, day out, week in, week out. I have to vary it. So I always make sure I've got a variety of things in. I'd make sure I've got some pudding. So if I can urge just one person today, go out and spend £1.50. If you've got it. If you haven't got it, don't do it. If you've only got £1, go out, and with that £1, see what you can get. See it as a little challenge. Okay, how much can I get for that £1.50? And if you go for the supermarket's own brand, you're going to get more for your money than you are the brand names variety. Because I'm constantly looking at the prices. What can I get? What is the best value? Can I squeeze this? Can I go to that? It's like a big challenge game. And I tell you what, if you've got teenagers, I sent my hubby and one of my teenagers to go and do the £1.50 challenge for me. because I was busy here at the time. I can't remember what it was. I might have been unwell or something. And I asked them, would you do the £1.50 challenge? I've actually sent them out twice now. And do you know what? They picked completely different stuff to what I would, but it's still stuff that we eat. And I thought it was so good because it was my son that thought of cream crackers. I wouldn't have thought of them. And yet we like cream crackers with a bit of cheese and maybe a little bit of pickle, piccalilli. And he enjoyed doing that challenge. There wasn't in a rush, and it made him stop, think on how much something is. Is it the best value for the money? And he done so well. I was so impressed with them both. I really was. They got lemon juice. Again, it's something I use all of the time. I've always got big bottles of lemon juice. I never thought of putting one in with my pantry. Why not? My son and my husband both said, you know, will you use lemon juice? So we picked one up for the pantry challenge, and I'm like, yep, that's another thing that I wouldn't have thought of. If you've got more than £1.50, if you want to do more than just £1.50, you could look into any grains, oats. I mean, I buy big sacks of oats, big sacks of sugar, big sacks of bread flour. I've got big sacks of wheat berries. So I've always got a large quantity, and I'll buy it at a sack at a time. And when I get halfway down that sack, I order the next one in. So we never run out, but we're rotating through. You could look into doing something like that if you have more money. If not, just buy a small bag. Put it to one side. I'm not buying the bags of dried beans and oats and that. You won't see it in my pantry challenge because I do the big sacks. It's like you won't see me have bread flour. I use my own wheat berries, sack of wheat berries. I've got spelt berries, pot barley. I've got soft wheat berries, and then I've also got big sack of bread flour. So again, it's not something you're going to see. You might see some yeast come in. That I rotate through very quickly, so that's normally got a really good date on. All my herbs I don't buy, I grow them in my garden. That's another thing I urge you to do, just a little bit of gardening if you can manage it. I also grow a lot of my own food, cabbages, carrots, parsnips. We also grow a lot of fruit, our own raspberries, our own strawberries, our own red currants. So we've got things like that in, which we freeze. Or most of the herbs that I dehydrate. And I dehydrate carrots and potatoes. We have sacks of potatoes that I grow out in the garden that I will dehydrate. Your £1.50 pantry challenge may look completely different from mine. And you know what? That's okay. You're buying what you and your family likes, and that's good. Doesn't have to be Pinterest worthy. It just needs to be functional. It just needs to be edible, knowing full well that you're gonna feed hungers. And as for storage, again, nothing fancy. We don't need fancy. We need practical. Right. what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything back into my boxes and I'm going to show you what it looks like in the boxes. Okay, box number 1, completely full. Do not try and lift it, just a warning, because they get very heavy. This is where I keep my jars. Box number 2. And see we're sort of 1.5 boxes in. Yeah. Taking up no room. Just under my trolley. Okay guys, that's it for this vlog. And please consider doing just a small pantry. It doesn't have to cost a lot. You can do it on a small amount of money. Will you be thankful? Yeah. And just know that if the just in case doesn't happen, it doesn't matter. You've still got food. Might save you shopping 1 month. You might be able to save your shopping money. You might be able to put it to one side 1 month and do something, a big family outing or something with it instead. Always ways. You're never going to be sorry because you bought food. There is no way. But always make sure that you have a variety. And also, don't just think about food. Remember to think about hygiene products as well. Soap, toothpaste, toothbrushes, shampoo, conditioner, things like that. Any medications, paracetamol, ibuprofen, Calpol for kids, whatever it is, just get an extra one in. So, I will see you next week with another £1.50 pantry challenge on a different vlog again. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please could you do me a favour and give it the big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. That way you won't miss any other videos. So until next time all, bye and take care.